Hi everybody, I'm Dustin with Redline Engineering and Redline Stands. Today we're going to have a look at the WB500M. This is a manual wheel balancer to complement our TC500M, the manual tire changer we have over here. This is a pretty basic standard machine, and I'm just going to go over some of the operation of it. Right now we've got a motorcycle tire mounted up to it that's got the motorcycle attachment. You'll see here you can adjust it out depending on what type of wheel you're putting on there. And you also have motorcycle cones that are a lot smaller than the wheel cones that come with it. So they give you plenty of different cones and adapters to be able to mount up just about any tire you need. You've got, and I'll go through all this stuff too as I use it. This device right here is used to measure the width of the rim, and this is very important information to have while you're trying to balance. You've got a speed collar. This is pretty neat. I'll show you how to use that in a minute, and cones. We've got a variety of different weights here. These are steel clip-on weights that we'll use on steel wheels like we have down here, and then we've got stick-on tire weights that we're going to use for the aluminum rims. This is a tool that they give to us. It's a set of pliers basically for pulling the stick-on weights off of it. And it's also got a little tapper on there so you can knock it on. Really makes it easy. Basically, the operation of this machine, you have to get a couple of different inputs into it. And also another thing I wanted to show you is there's a tower on the other side of this machine that houses the other collars and the other sleeves or cones for all the different size wheels that you're going to use. So I'll set this off to the side. This is a pretty simple machine to use. It's got a power button over here. Turn it on. Now this first setting, it tells you what you need to do is, and I'll show you the same thing on the other one. This is a motorcycle wheel adapter, and this gets the very first measurement that we need. What you do is you take this point right here and you put it to the inside of the rim, if you can see that, and it gives you the measurement down here on this sliding scale. In this case, is 14.5. Slide that out of the way, and we program that into the first one here. Then we take our calibration tool, and in the same spot on either side, on the inside of the rim, do that. And that will give us 5.5. So we'll set this out of the way. So we come over here to the center dial here. And we'll ramp this one down to 5.5. And the last one is the rim size itself. All you got to do is look on the size of the tire. This one is going to tell you it is a 17-inch rim. So we plug that in over here. Once you've got those three measurements in, you come over here and give it a turn. You'll know you've spun it fast enough when both lights go out. I've already weighed this tire and balanced this tire, or balanced the tire. And what it's going to do is tell us we're at 0 across the board. And another very important tool is to press this button right here that says fine and hold it down. It'll tell you of any discrepancies. The machine measures in increments of 5, so it might read 0.5 and 10 on the other side. When you hold that fine button down, it's going to give you whether you're 1 gram off, 2 grams off. So take and hit this little lever down here. That's going to stop the wheel. Now what I can do is take one of these little stick-on weights right here. I'm just going to stick it to the outside of the tire. And watch, we'll get a different reading. It doesn't take very long for it to recognize the imperfection in the wheel. It'll tell you you've got something wrong there. And it'll do that sometimes. We can try it again. Now bear in mind, this is not a $4,000 or $5,000 machine. is pretty accurate. It does a really good job. Every once in a while, it'll give you a different reading, and that's why I like to balance it out more than once. See, there's your imperfection right there. That's perfect. So we'll stop that, take our weight off, and give it another one. Now, we should end up with either zeros across the board saying that we've got a completely balanced wheel, or it should be very, very close. Perfect. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is take this off, the motorcycle adapter. Slide that booger out of the way. Now this is really neat the way they've got this set up. It just slides right out of there. Now you want to be careful not to just yank it out, because it is in two pieces and it will come apart on you. I found that one out the hard way. Now what we do is we take this larger shaft, put it in place of the motorcycle adapter. All right. I've already done some measurements on this. We're going to take our spring here, set it inside of there, and one thing I want to do before I put the wheel on there is switch out the motorcycle adapter for the regular steel wheel adapter. It's a lot easier to do it with this long screwdriver while it's off. Pretty easy functionality. Rides right there. And then basically we get this collar and our speed nut. I love these speed nuts, they work so well. Another thing I wanted to show you is this chisel. This is used for prying off those stick-on weights when you're starting fresh, because when you balance a tire, the very first thing you want to do is take all the wheel weights off, and you want to make sure that there's not a buildup of dirt and dust in there, because believe it or not, it will throw that off. So what we're going to do, load the tire, put our collar on, and then take our speed nut. You just push this little guy aside right there, and it'll slide all the way up on. Then we lock it down. It should. What I like to do on this one is give it a little turn, and if it's not riding exactly right, it'll sit there and kind of wobble. So this one's doing great. So what we're going to do is start over. We grab our machine, our little device again, bring it right back out there where it measures to 14. So we dial that down a little bit. We take this calibration tool. That is at 5.5. Should still be there. And our rim size is 15. And now we'll give her a whirl. Okay, you see you've got 50 on this side, which is the inner, and 65 on the outer. And if you notice these little indicators right here going up and down, the way that you read that, you want to come over here behind me. You'll see as I start to spin the tire, once it lights all the way up, that's your top dead center. It goes at the very utmost peak right there, right directly above the shaft. So you would put a wheel on there, a 50 weight 50 weight stick on or clamp on, and then we would move to the outside, grab a 65 and do the same thing. You'd roll the wheel until we got to that, to where everything is lit up, and then we would stick the weight on there, tap it on with our tool, and then give it another spin, and that should balance out to 0, and then I would do it again just to make sure you're still getting an accurate reading. So this is the Redline WB500M. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video. You can see this machine on our website, which is redlinestands.com, or you can call us to talk about it and ask questions at 901-351-4764. Folks, thank you. Have a good day.